Nobody talks about this part, the part where I walk into my bedroom and I stand there for a full 30 seconds because I literally cannot remember why I went in there in the first place. With divorce, you expect heartbreak. You expect there to be sadness. It's 15, 20-ish years of your life that you're trying to disassemble here. But you don't expect to just be walking into rooms forgetting why you're in there, or rereading the same text like 1,000 times, or crying at random, or feeling so broken and undone. And sometimes you don't even expect that you might feel numb or feel nothing at all. And I remember after my divorce sitting there thinking, do I need to see somebody about this, or is this just like my life right now? Do I need a nap or a snack or maybe all of the above? And that is just the part that kind of messes with you a little bit. You start wondering if something is actually physically, mentally wrong with you. But I can assure you that you're not losing your mind. Your mind is kind of just really overwhelmed. And at that point, I had a friend sit down with me and she kind of gave me like this big picture overview. And I want to be that friend that helps you to see the same. So here we go. You have been through probably years of emotional trauma. You're now in a massive life change. You have immense decision fatigue from having to decide all the little things and all the big things all by yourself. It's all real. You've probably been under so much stress even before the actual divorce. It's like you're walking through a minefield, except instead of explosions, it's paperwork and decisions and random emotional landmines that just go off at the most inconvenient times. All the while, you're trying to dodge air fire in the form of kid schedules, kid fights, and you're tucking and rolling to avoid knife jabs at seeing your ex on Instagram and reading all his stupid text messages that either irritate you or insult you. None of that shuts off when you sign the papers. And these things I've mentioned, they're just the highlights. There are also things like finances, church, friends, lack thereof. And yet you are still making it to the other side. You are a rock star. Do you even see that? Now your brain is doing exactly what it's designed to do when it gets under so much pressure. It's totally shifted into survival mode, which looks like your memory getting foggy and your focus dropping, your emotions feeling like they are all over the place, and your body just staying constantly on edge. It's almost like you cannot calm down from that fight or flight, that you are on this huge adrenaline rush, constantly on the edge. But I want you to know that you're not falling apart. Yes, your nervous system is trying to keep up. You've probably heard that before, but it's just a signal. And this is not going to last forever. Your brain is not broken. It's really overloaded right now, and it's carried way too much for way too long all by itself. And I know this for a fact because I have been there. Now that the divorce is in the works or it's final, I know the temptation is going to be there to become the most organized, the most on top of it, best version of yourself. You really want to show him how awesome you are, how much he missed out on, or make him sorry that he ever wanted to leave. You're going to go to the gym and you're going to lose weight and you're going to meal prep like a mad little badger and you're going to keep the house spotless and you're going to keep those kids in line. Hear me. You're not going to want to hear what I'm saying. You're going to want to argue with me. This is not the season for that. This is not the time for that. You say, oh, but he isn't falling apart. He is living his best life, blah, 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 blah. I've heard it all from clients. I have done it myself, but I stand firm in this. Now is not the time for all of that. Trust me, there will be a time when you can take those things as they come. But this is the season where if everyone is fed, even if it's just mac and cheese or soup or hot dogs, and you didn't cry in the Target parking lot after morning drop-off this morning, this is the season where we're going to call those things wins. And if this is already hitting you just like a little too close to home, you probably want to stick close to these videos because I'm going to be talking about all the things like this every week, and we are going to get super practical. So on that note, what do you do instead? Here are just 3 little quick things that you can do. First, you can lower that load on purpose. You're trying to function at possibly an even greater capacity than your old capacity, but you're trying to do it living a completely different life. It's like you're trying to run your old life on a flip phone with 3% battery, 27 tabs still open, and someone is calling you. Right now, there can only be 2 or 3 non-negotiables for the day. Everything else is a bonus. Second, you've got to get out of your own head. It's holding just too much information. When my kids were little, I called it a barf list. And now that they're 20, they're still using the concept. Basically, it means write everything down. Just in a jumbled mess, whatever comes out of your brain, use your notes app, use a voice memo, use a piece of paper, use a whiteboard. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Just get it out of your head. Because clarity on things doesn't come from thinking harder about those things. It comes from unloading those things so that you have room. Sometimes a stomach ache just feels better after you throw up. I mean, what can I say? I'm a mom. That's just how things work. Third is to create what I call like little tiny anchors that when your brain feels chaotic and it needs something steady, it can always go to these things. It can always know that these things are going to be right there available to you. Something really steady, like every morning you get up and you have the same morning drink. You do the same short little walk. You have a very simple nighttime routine. It seems super small and insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but telling your nervous system that things are okay really does help to calm you down. And when you do that, you don't have to make like 1,000 decisions today. You could just make 2 or 3. You could just sip your coffee and just breathe. Breathing is so important. You are a woman who has been carrying more than she was ever meant to carry alone. And no one will understand this except someone who has gone through this. More than likely, you've actually been carrying it all by yourself, even when you were married, probably for years when you were married. And your brain is like waving this little tiny white flag and it's saying, hey, I need some help. It's like Austin Powers from The Canyon going, help, I need a hot pocket and a Band-Aid. I don't know if you ever saw that movie. But anyway, here's the piece that's going to bring you some peace. God, and really God is the only one who matters, is not looking at you like, you really need to get your life together, girl. You are so scattered. But he's not. He's not saying that. You don't have to have a clear mind to stay connected to God, because the great thing about God is he knows exactly where you are. He knows exactly what you're feeling, exactly what you're thinking, exactly how you're coping with it, and He loves you. He loves you deeply and unconditionally. And if this is you, just know you're not the only one. We have a whole community out there called God's Girls. You can link up with us and hang out. Tell me in the comments what feels most overwhelming for you right now. And if this is kind of the real life messy middle support that you need right now, make sure you subscribe and follow.